Hey everyone, welcome to the Star Wars Popcast. My name is Christopher,
And I'm Patrick. Welcome to this week's edition.
and today we just want to start off the show with a little bit of quick housekeeping here. If you guys don't already know, we are on Instagram. It's what are we? We're at Star Wars Popcast, I believe we are, Patrick. I don't even remember.
Correct. Correct, Christopher.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, so we're at Star Wars Popcast on Instagram, and then we just started a Twitter account as well. So we are the same there. We're at Star Wars Popcast on Twitter as well. So the reason I wanted to bring that up because we want to start a segment here on the Star Wars Popcast and involve you listeners and anyone watching on YouTube. Involve you guys in the episodes or future episodes anyways. So we want to do that by giving you the chance to ask us some Funko Pop, some Star Wars Funko Pop related questions. So if you guys head over to either Twitter or Instagram and follow us at Star Wars Popcast and ask us any questions you might have, again, Star Wars Pop related, and use the hashtag Ask the Popcast. And then we will feature you guys, your guys' questions in a upcoming episode of the Star Wars Popcast. So now that we got that out of the way, um, over the next few episodes, you guys are going to see a few changes here on the podcast here, especially on the video side. So we decided to kind of go with some segments for our popcast here. Isn't that right, Patrick?
Correct. Breaking it up in little segments to cover some different types of categories and different things throughout the Star Wars pop community.
Yeah, exactly. So our first segment, we'll dive into that one. Our first segment is the pop report, and in the pop report, we're going to cover anything Star Wars pop related, such as news, rumors, reveals, new releases, anything kind of newsworthy that could potentially be exciting. So the first item on our pop report this week, we have a Funko Pop that was released. When was it? Earlier this past week. I think it was Tuesday. It got released.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's when I grabbed a hold of
Yeah.
one.
So it's a Mandalorian on the speeder bike with Grogu. It's a Funko Shop exclusive, and they released it on eBay. I guess Funko
Yeah,
has their
they're
own
trying
eBay
to drive
store.
some traffic. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to drive traffic to their new eBay outlet for Funko. So a way to do it was to
Yeah,
come up with this exclusive.
yeah. So I'll put an image on the screen here for anyone watching on YouTube. Um, it it looks really cool. Like the speeder bike looks very detailed, but like I'm looking at the Grogu in the bag on the side of the speeder bike, and his ears are like kind of
That's the
flopped
best part.
back. Yeah,
Yes.
that's very
Yes. Best
cool.
part.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
I love it.
so unfortunately, I wasn't able to order it. Like you and I were chatting when it came out there. You were telling me to get on there and order it right away. So I wasn't able to order it. So for some reason, Funko on eBay doesn't ship up here to Canada. So
Ah,
um,
yeah.
I'll
I,
probably
I
just
I just when you told me that, it's a bummer.
yeah. So I'll probably wait until it comes out in stores. Hopefully it comes up to Toys R Us here in Canada because they usually get the Funko Shop exclusives up here. But did you order one?
I did. I did. I went on and I was on there, probably about a half hour early. Just kept recycling. And to me, I thought it went on sale at 12:30, but I felt like it was like 20 after when I got on. And I just
Right.
was surprisingly saw like the buy now, boom, clicked away, and I was on my merry way to get it. So yeah, I jumped on that ASAP. That and
Yeah.
really like that one. And I think it's already shipped and I should probably have it by this week. So
Oh,
if so,
nice.
and weather permitting, maybe we can get a new image with that soon. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. So as I mentioned, I wasn't able to get it, so I'll wait and see if it comes up to stores up here. But yeah, what do you think about it? Like, it looks really cool. Like I mentioned, the Grogu
I'm excited
is
for
very
this
cool.
one. You know, I
Yeah,
think there's more going on in this speeder bike pop than we've seen in like the Luke, Leia, and the biker scout. So I'm kind of excited
yeah,
for the, and it's going to be a different type of speeder. You know, so I really like it. I think that one Mando on a speeder is just awesome. Mando with Grogu in the satchel is awesome, but the way they
yeah,
did this sculpt, like you had mentioned, with the ears going back, and it looks like his face is like wee, like awesome, awesome. It looks
yeah,
like a lot of fun for any collector to want to pick this one up. It's really cool.
yeah, absolutely. And it kind of makes me wonder if they're gonna do eventually like a Cobb Vanth on the speeder
Oh,
bike.
I would love that.
How
Love
cool would
that.
that be? Because that was
That'd be
he had
way
he had
cool.
Anakin Skywalker's
Pod
pod
race
racer
engine,
engine. Yep,
right?
yep, yeah,
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
yeah,
Like, I honestly, when they were gonna do Cobb Vanth, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be a pop ride.
yeah. Well,
I
hopefully,
honestly
hopefully
think
it'll be
if they
that.
had Smuggler's Bounty, that probably would have come to fruition.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I wish. I still wish and hope that they bring it back at some point.
You know, as our friend Andrew says, if they don't, we ride at dawn.
Yeah.
We riot.
Okay. Yeah, we riot. Yeah, we head down to Funko headquarters, and we
Bring back hashtag
yeah,
justice for Smuggler's Bounty.
yes. So the next piece of news, not so much of a reveal. So the Ahsoka Hall H exclusive Funko Pop. So this, I don't know. This thing is. So what happened? I guess it was at San Diego Comic Con 2022, which
Yeah.
takes place. When does that take place? In the summer, I want to say, right? Usually, because
San
New
Diego
York
Comic
one's
Con?
in fall.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
think it's
The
in the
way they
summer
split it
or
up.
something like that. Yeah. So they had this pop in Hall H, the Hall H exclusive Ahsoka, and then um, I guess people didn't end up taking it away, is what rumors were. And then things started surfacing. Like there was an image of a guy who had it in hand. It was a blurred out image, little not in great focus. But this guy had it in hand, and then there were rumors that only Funko employees got one and stuff like that. There were all sorts of rumors. But recently, like within the, I don't know, probably about a little over a month ago, I had someone contact me about doing a video on it. So I was able to do a video on it on my other channel, seriously Star Wars. So I met up with this person who wanted to remain anonymous, and he had one of these Ahsoka Hall H exclusive signed by Rosario Dawson, and that that was just awesome to see in person. Like, cause you see images online,
Yeah.
and they're not, like I said, they're not great images online. Like you can't see all the details. Yeah, I
I
tried
watched
to
that
video this
video.
thing from, yeah, I tried to get all the
Christopher,
angles
that
and
video was awesome. That was such a cool interaction that for that person to come forward and let you check it out.
yeah,
Um, that to see the way you were able to video and get more detail, like I 100% understand what you meant. And I think anyone have just seen the pictures, those crappy pictures on, would have kind of even bypassed it, not even looked at it a second time to even make a purchase if they were available. But seeing
yeah,
that thing, seeing the detail in it, I love it. I have the two Make a Wish, the
yeah,
BB-8 and the Stormtrooper. I love
yeah.
that metallic. I photographed that one Stormtrooper, and I loved how that came out
Right.
because of that
And I,
metallic
I
treatment.
like the yeah, I like how the Stormtrooper looks. I wasn't a big fan of the BB-8 in the blue, but the Stormtrooper looked really cool. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
it's
how
just a really neat
I
take on it.
yeah, that's how I described it in my video too. That like it's very similar to that metallic blue that they used
Yeah,
on
and
the Make a Wish ones.
her
Yeah.
tattoos, like,
So
well done, well done.
yeah.
The lightsaber
So
thing was odd. It kinda
yeah.
almost was like they kinda just did the whole thing and then added the little paint details later, but I would have liked it to have
Right.
been acrylic, but whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, so the person that I met up with and filmed this Funko Pop, he had some information as well. So back in, I can't remember when it was. It was probably a few months back, quite a few months back. It might have been like late last year. One sold on eBay for like $1,800. This was one that was unsigned. And
Yeah.
then I'm just trying to find the image because there was one that sold on Whatnot back in February of this year, actually. One sold on Whatnot for 5,200 US dollars with no signature as well. So
Woo!
there's people who actually have these things. Somehow they've got them because I guess what happened was, or at least what I've heard now, is that Hall H, it was over capacity, so they kicked everyone out, so people didn't get the chance to purchase this thing or even really get to see it that well. But yeah, no. So there's two, I think, two or three that are unsigned that people have confirmed that they are out there, and then
Wow.
another 20 that are signed. So um, that's just people who have came forward and said, I have this. So there's 20 people who are confirmed to have one signed, and two that are unsigned that are confirmed. But
That's
there's
crazy.
possibly more. There's possibly more out there. So definitely check out my other channel if you want to see what this thing looks like, because it looks beautiful. It's Yeah, that's the only word I can think to use right now to
It
describe
is a
this thing.
beautiful pop.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. But also, like, stay keep an eye out on eBay, whatnot, like, because eventually more people are going to come forward and they're going to be like, hey, you know what, I got one for sale. you know so
Wow. They might
yeah,
be
it's
too
crazy.
rich for
So
my blood, but I'd love one.
yeah,
It
I
looked
think so.
awesome.
I would love to get one. Like, if I had the money, and these things start popping up on eBay, yeah, that'd be awesome.
That
So yeah, that is
that
it for
now
the
that's gonna have to make it to the Grail list, Chris.
I know. Yeah, it's definitely
Has to
being
make
added
the
to my
Grail
grail
list
list.
now.
Yeah, for sure. So let's move into our next segment. Patrick, why don't you take us into our next segment here?
So our next segment is we're going to start doing our top fives. And it's going to be on all sorts of topics, whether it be our top five Jedi pops, Sith, Imperials, Rebels, movie moment pieces, as well as in current episodes. So for this week, we're going to be covering our top fives of the Mandalorian season 3, chapter 17, the Apostate. The top five characters we'd like to see made as a Funko Pop.
Yes, yes.
So,
And
Chris, who are you thinking?
okay, so before we get into my list here, what did you think of the episode? Like, it's
Oh,
man, it's so good to have the Mandalorian back. Like, it's been 2 years since we had the Mandalorian.
very excited.
Like, we got the
Yeah, that
book of
I was
Boba
very
Fett,
excited.
but yeah,
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because after having seen the episode, I heard like a lot of people kind of that hadn't followed as much as I guess most fans I thought did. They didn't see
yeah,
Book of Boba, so they were kind of wondering like why Grogu is back and all that. I'm like, really? I don't know, but I thought it was great. It was like you said, it was great to have the Mandalorian back.
yeah. It's
It
just
started
awesome.
off with a banging, like really great introduction. I thought being
Yeah,
able to see a Mandalorian kind of going through like a baptismal kind of rite of passage to get his helmet and take his
yeah,
oath. I thought that was really awesome, really awesome.
yeah,
Um, I thought it introduced us to some other characters.
yeah,
It again. I think Filoni and Favreau do a fantastic job with that show because it just hits on all those points. I honestly thought we might have seen my favorite pirate Hondo. That was one thing I was kind of like, "Ugh,"
that's
wish
you
I
know
would have
what,
seen that.
when he said, yeah, when he mentioned pirates, I was like, oh man, they're gonna show Hondo, but it
That's
wasn't.
what I was like.
Um,
Come on. Yeah,
yeah,
me too. Me
um,
too. But it was
but you
so
never
well
know.
done.
Maybe he might
And
show
for as
up.
short as an episode, yeah.
Yeah,
The other thing I was going to remark on it for as short as an episode, we packed in a lot of stuff. I mean, it was pretty
Yeah,
good, very informative. We
yeah,
covered a lot and saw a lot, so it was really well done, really well
yeah,
paced.
yeah. All right. So for my list, and this is in no particular order. So the first character I'd like to see is speaking of pirates, that pirate, his name is Vane, Vane, I think is how you would pronounce it. Um, but
Yep,
like he's what is he? He's a Nikto pirate. Is
yep,
what his
yeah. He's a Nicto Pie.
species is Nikto. Yeah. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
he just
he's
looks
just
so
like a
cool.
Hondo species. Yeah,
Yeah.
really cool,
So
really cool.
he would make a very cool pop. Um, and like
Absolutely.
such a cool character that was introduced in the Mandalorian series. So that's the first one I'd like to see made. The next one is the Anzellan, droid smith or droid repair little
Oh
alien
yes, like the
guy
Babu
that looks
Frick
like
kind of
Babu Frick.
creatures. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'd like to see a Funko Pop just of the Anzellan droid maker, droid smith, whatever you want to call him.
Nice.
Yeah. So very similar to the Babu Frick, but different color robes and stuff, clothing, different color clothing. Um,
Okay.
the next one I'd like to see is Grogu. That scene where Grogu is holding one of the Anzellans in his hand and hugging him, like that would
Yes.
make a
100%.
fantastic pop. Yes.
I agree
I
100%.
know we've got tons of Grogu pops already, but that one we need that one. I mean, they're gonna
Yep.
make some more Grogu pops this season. He's the star of the show, so do that one. Like, how cute would that be? Grogu holding a little Anzellan alien. That would be awesome.
That would be a great one.
Um,
I have
yeah,
that.
yeah. So that's two that I would, or sorry, three that I'd like to see. Uh, the next one I'd like to see is actually another Grogu one. I'd like to see Grogu in his new pram, and I think
Oh,
Funko could pull it
okay.
off. The clear piece of acrylic underneath his pram, holding his pram up there. Like, I think that would look cool. We don't have one with him
That would
in
look
his pram yet.
we don't really have that. That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm really hoping we get that this season. And then the last one I'd like to see is High Magistrate Grief Karga with maybe with his blaster
Oh,
drawn and his fancy new robes there. Like, when I saw him in those
good
robes there, I
call.
was like, man, like that's gonna be a cool pop if we get him. So
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
I agree. That's a good one. That's a good one.
yeah.
So,
So which
boun
five would you like to see?
all right. So, bouncing off kind of what you were saying is in my top 5 I had Vane as well. I thought the
Yeah,
Nikto pirate really was a great character to introduce.
yeah,
I he just looked awesome. Like his whole gang. Give me his whole gang. I'll take a
yeah,
3-pack, pick any one of them.
yeah,
They look great. So, I
yeah.
really like that. Um, as my number 2, just as we had mentioned in one of our previous episodes, when you said the game changer pop was Darth Vader lying
Yep.
down,
Where he's lying down.
from Return of the Jedi, I want
Yep.
to see IG-11 crawling,
Oh, that'd
like
be
we
cool.
had him going after Grogu or the Mando,
Yeah,
where he's crawling.
yeah,
And I know Funko has done a pop of a Walking Dead that was just the bottom, the top half of the torso walkings or crawling.
right.
So I would love that would be an awesome pop. So that would have
Yeah.
been my second. Um, my third choice was the young boy getting baptized into the
Okay.
Mandalorians.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I think his name was Ragnar, is what I thought. I thought the shot of him with the helmet and put that as a pop, it would be really cool. Kind of like a
yeah,
youngling Mandalorian. That would be awesome.
yeah,
That'd be awesome.
yeah. Hopefully, we see more of him in this season.
Yeah, I'm curious because so things that Eric from Sirespeed had mentioned that he might be Paz Vizsla's son, right? So I
Yeah.
did see and watch someone else that was analyzing the episode, and apparently the banners that were being flown as they were coming up, one was the Vizsla family banner. So it
Oh,
might be either like a nephew or a son of Paz Vizsla.
yeah, a relative. Yeah,
And even hence the coloring on the helmet might help signify that. I don't know.
yeah,
But maybe we'll find out more. I'd like to see
yeah,
if we have more, you know.
yeah.
Apparently that kid also played the Tusken Raider boy in Book of
Really?
Boba.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
familiar. He must have been in some
It's
other
Jimmy
shows.
Kimmel's it's Jimmy Kimmel's nephew, apparently,
Oh, really?
that's
Yeah,
playing.
because he
Yeah.
looks familiar. I don't know what I've seen him in, but he looks very familiar. Like I'm sure I've seen him
And
in
then
something.
fourth on my list, yeah. Fourth on my list, I don't think we could get enough of this character as a pop. I wanted to get the armor holding the helmet from that ceremony.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
thought that
cool.
would be a really cool idea for a pop.
Yeah.
Any excuse to get another one of the the armor. I just think her helmet's really cool, unique, and the way they've done the treatments on the pops, and they're getting better and better. So I can just imagine what they do with the fur and stuff like that. Like the latest
Oh yeah,
chrysanthemum
absolutely.
pop, all
Oh
the
yeah.
detailing in his metal work and stuff with the straps, really cool, really cool. So I'd love to see another one of her. And then rounding up my top five for this segment is just like you. I'd love to have another Anzillion, like a Babu Frick character, but I'd
Yeah.
rather any day of the week have Grogu hugging him for sure.
Yes.
I thought that
Yes.
was an awesome moment.
Oh,
It
that
was
was
just
so
too
great.
funny. It
Yeah.
was too good. It was too
Yeah.
good. Bad baby,
Yeah.
it was just felt
Oh
so
yeah,
funny.
for sure. It was just yeah, and like to see to kind of really get an idea of how small those aliens are, because like seeing him in the Rise of
It
Skywalker,
did
yeah,
give it scale.
you see him next to 3PO's head, but like to see like a small character like Grogu holding him in his arms like that, and he's smaller than Grogu,
Yeah.
like that. How cool is that, right?
That was just great.
So
It was the way they did it, perfect, perfect. I
yeah,
don't know, I hope that was Babu Frick. We saw him and like, like, this is his maybe not origin story, but we kinda run into him early on in his storyline. But that was cool.
yeah,
I like those characters, they're really fun. So I was really excited to see that one. And so that would be that would round up my top 5 for this week. But I thought,
yeah,
like, both the characters that, we really hit on, all of them were pretty solid, that you would say would make a really good Funko. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Everyone.
yeah,
Great
absolutely, yeah.
detailing in each of those characters.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what we get next week. So, looking forward to the rest of the series and speculating which Funko Pops we could get. So that'll do it for this segment of our top fives. Let's move into our discussion segment of the this episode here. So our main topic, which is our predictions for the Star Wars Funko Pops that are going to be at Star Wars Celebration this year in London. So I would imagine they're going to start revealing these pretty soon. Like I think they revealed the pins already, because like Tony from Star Wars Sith, who was on our channel last month here, um, he
Yep.
maybe it was January actually. He was on the channel. It might have been January already.
Yeah, those
But yeah,
cartoon the guy does like those animated pins or whatnot.
yeah, so they've already revealed some of the pins for Star Wars Celebration coming up in April. So I would imagine they're going to reveal some sort of um, Funko Pops that they're going to have at Celebration very soon too. So um, yeah, let's talk about what we'd like to see, what we think they're gonna do. Um, I'll start us off here. I think 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. I think they got to give us something from Return of the Jedi. Um,
Yep.
what are your thoughts on that?
You know what? My theory was, it's just my theory, they would
Yeah,
do a Luke Skywalker that would pair nicely with the Darth Vader that's on it, like laying down. Like
yeah,
maybe he's cradling him, and maybe they thought about it, some way of kind of making it so that it kind of almost makes that movie moment. That's my thought. I don't know. It could be even Luke Skywalker where he throws the lightsaber away and he's like, I'm a Jedi like my father,
Yeah,
and the grace flaps open and everything. Like it could be something epic like that. I
yeah,
think there's definitely a Luke Skywalker in the plans. Come on, how do you not?
yeah.
How do you not?
You got to have something. Yeah. So
Yeah, so
I'm
that's my big thing. But I do think they're gonna try to hint towards some other shows and series. So
yeah. See, so that's what I'm wondering, because last year there were no shows, so they did
the
this
glitter
the
Grogu.
yeah no yeah the glitter Grogu they did, and then they did the main characters from A New Hope with the silver plated bases, which they re-released later this year.
Yeah,
But yeah, last year, like, missed opportunity Funko. Like, they didn't do any Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary Funko Pops for Celebration. Like, that was a missed opportunity. I'm
I
not
wondered if
exactly
we would get
sure.
something.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. Like, have they done any, like, big anniversary related Funko Pops for Star Wars Celebration? I'm trying to think.
I haven't seen anything. That's I'm
Yeah,
kind of like
I don't know if they
trying to
did.
think what have they done. No,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. But you got to think, like,
I don't know.
40th anniversary
I would
for
like to see an
Return of the
Ahsoka.
Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would like them to kind of introduce something with Ahsoka if they're not going to put much focus on the 20th anniversary.
yeah,
I mean, because I really think it's got to be something Luke. I mean, yeah, because they've
yeah,
released all those others, right? And
yeah,
that's going to be their thing. You got to do something really spectacular. So if you did like a Luke,
yeah,
right? What other one?
yeah. So
You already
here's the
have the
thing.
Jedi
So
Ghost. You can't do that.
yeah,
They already got the three ghosts. You can't do that. So,
yeah.
oh, you know what? Oh,
So
wait a second. They could do that and do what they did with the Grogu and do a diamond glitter version of those.
I hope they don't.
I'm saying it could be an
Oh
easy
yeah,
like, hey, we got something.
yeah. It would be an
Yeah,
easy repaint. Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
I'd hate to say it, but that's why I was going to mention. I was like, no, I'll
yeah.
throw it out there.
Oh
I'd
man,
hate to see that happen, but it
if
could.
that
It could.
happens, we riot.
We riot.
Yeah. Um. So okay. So back in September 2022, Northeast Funko Beasts revealed like a whole list of new Funko Pops that were going to be coming out in quarter 2 of 2023. Um, and on that list was like the Return of the Jedi Funko Pops that they announced when, like, just back in January, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah, so they had a list, and just going through the list, I'll try and throw it on screen too, so you guys can see it on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
But
didn't
the
they
list
have
that they
the
had, yeah, so the list they had was
Payless Marbles or
3PO
something
in the
on there?
chair. Yeah, so they had the C3PO in chair, which that's coming. They had the Darth Vader
Yep.
unmasked. That's coming. They have the Jabba with Salacious Crumb deluxe pop. That's coming. Leia as Boosh. That's coming. Luke. That's coming. A Luke versus Darth Vader. That is coming. And a 40th anniversary Wicket, which is coming. So now there's two on here that they didn't reveal with those rest of those 40th anniversary. There's a Leia as Boosh, and it's just labeled V2 version 2. So are they holding that, keeping that as a celebration exclusive? And then
Ooh.
also there's another one. There's a
Yeah.
Han Solo shrugging pop, and that one again we didn't see
Oh, in front
a
from the
Funko
bunker.
Pop
From
show
the
up.
bunker.
Yeah, yeah, from the bunker. Yep.
Oh,
So so
is it him shrugging with the piece of the
one
bunker doors behind him or
yeah,
something? Or just that? Oh,
or like so are those two just not being made now, or are they holding those for celebration? What do
yeah,
you think about that?
Well, knowing that little scoop you had there, yeah,
Yeah,
that could be something they're holding back for, because I honestly, with all they released, I was kind of surprised. Like, you have Celebration around the corner, you're you know, throwing it all out there now, like, say, hold something back. But
yeah,
that might be what they're doing. That's kind of cool.
yeah. That Leia as Boosh could easily be like an unmasked version, right?
Like, they're redoing the original and making it look
Yeah,
cooler, because the other one
yeah.
looked way cooler.
Maybe better pose, right? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
And then the Han shrugging,
maybe.
like Han's one of the main characters, so that's a pretty big one. If
Yeah,
that's what holding till Celebration.
that would
Um,
be cool, because that's
yeah,
going to make me want to get the Hasbro bunker vintage, just for
yeah,
decorating
and
and
just
putting that. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yep,
And shooting,
yep.
because I want to get that as it is.
And then so another thought I had, Yak Face. Um, I can't remember what his actual name is, but they people have just started calling him Yak Face like from the very beginning. Um, but very popular character. I I can see them doing that as a 40th anniversary Star Wars
Yeah, I
Celebration
don't, because
exclusive.
they just, yeah. See, they did them as a Walgreens exclusive,
We don't have a Funko
didn't
Pop of
we?
him, do we?
Yeah, I think we do.
Do
I
we?
think I actually
I'm
have it.
gonna. No, I don't
I
think we have
think
a
I might
Yak
have.
Face. I'm gonna look on the
No.
app right now. No,
All right,
I
look
don't think
for
so. Let me take a look. I'm gonna look up Yak Face on the Funko app. Let's see here. Yak
it. All
Face.
right, what's the Walgreens one that I got?
Yeah, I don't see a Yak Face come up unless it's under his other name, but I can't remember what his name is. So the only reason I'm thinking a Yak Face Funko Pop, one because he's a very popular character. So like they just released or announced the no actually no they released the a TVC figure of Yak Face, um, but also the actor who
Hmm.
played him is going to be at Celebration this year, and he's the one that's doing the free autographs.
Oh,
So
oh, really?
yeah,
Oh, that's
because
cool.
yeah, I seem to remember that from
Oh, you're right.
Star Wars Sith.
Yeah, they didn't make a yak face. As I'm
Yeah,
looking, I'm like,
so
no, that's not what I'm thinking. That wasn't the character I'm thinking of.
yeah, yeah. No, I'll
I
put an
have
image of
that's
Yak
I got
Face
the
on
other
the.
one. Yeah, I got that other character who's a Walgreens exclusive. I can't remember
Oh,
the creature. For some reason, I'm thinking he's
uh,
yak face, but he's not.
oh. Are you thinking Reese
Is
with
that
the
it?
three eyes?
It might make. Yeah, maybe that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
I'll put an image
Yes.
of Yak Face on the screen here too. Um, yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, I believe that actor who's playing Yak Face is at Celebration this year, and that's the one that I think Tony from Star Wars Sith mentioned that he's doing the free autographs or free photos or one of the two. I can't
That
remember.
would
So
be, well,
I
knowing
think
that he's going to be there, that would be a
yeah,
game changer.
right. Like
That would
maybe
be
they're doing a
cool.
Yak Face Funko Pop for Celebration, and then hey, you know what? Go get it signed by
That would be nice.
it would tie in.
How cool would that be?
Yeah.
Yeah, how cool would that be?
So
That would be awesome.
yeah,
I have to
another
get
thing I
Tony
was
out there.
thinking, Funko sodas are getting popular. I collect them. You haven't started
You
collecting them, have
started
you?
early on that.
Yeah,
No, you
You
know what?
haven't started yet.
I can't. I can't.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
I get it. It's
just
another
with the
rabbit hole
Funko
to go
Pops.
down. Yeah,
Yeah, just with the Funko Pops, I have enough.
yeah,
I think I haven't updated the app recently, but I think I looked at it and it's like, your collection's like over $8,000. It's like,
yeah,
Jesus. But I just, for me, I love them. I think they're cool. And I love that they're doing more like kind of Clone Wars characters, and they're doing
yeah,
chases. But I can't get down that hole. Like, I've gone after the die cast. I did get the Vader and the Boba Fett die
yeah.
cast, those little kind of things. Um, but I don't know. I'm kind of. I have to. I gotta. I gotta keep my my wallet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't just let it run away from me.
yeah. So
But what do you think of the
yeah,
sodas? You're really
yeah.
enjoying
No,
them.
I
I
like them.
love the
So I
presentation of them too.
you got to figure they're gonna release a Funko soda for Celebration this year. So
Oh,
I was watching another YouTube channel, MDK Collects. They're a Funko Pop um, channel. I believe they're based out of Canada as well. But
yeah.
they were doing their predictions for Star Wars Celebration um, exclusives. Um,
Oh, they should do a Yoda Spirit, Jedi Spirit soda as a variant.
yeah, so they were predicting, and now after watching their video, I'm fully convinced that we're getting this too, or that we'll. I'm hoping that we're getting this because I'm convinced that they'll do it eventually. They were
What
predicting
is it?
a Rancor, a three one of the 3 liter Rancor Funko sodas, because they did the Wampa.
What?
So
Yeah,
yeah, no,
yeah. And you have that,
they're
right?
predicting it. No, I don't have it. I didn't get it. I think Tony has it from
Oh,
Star
I thought
Wars
you
Sith
got the
though.
Wampa.
No, I want to. So they're predicting they're predicting that, and you know what? I'm fully on board with that. If we get a 3 liter soda of the Rancor for Star Wars Celebration, how cool would that be?
Now, for
Yeah,
anyone that collects the sodas, that would be dope. That would be really
yeah.
nice.
So like you do
And
the common version, just standing there without anything fancy, just maybe the hands out. But then the chase you do like maybe him holding the Gamorrean guard in his hand,
yes, yes.
right?
Or
So
snapping the bone in half with
yeah,
his jaw.
right. So that's why I'm convinced that we're getting that. Like the guys over at MDK Collects, like those guys convinced me that we could be getting that. Who knows? We might
Wow.
not.
Right.
It's possible we might not, but it sounds
That's a great
cool enough
idea.
where they could do it. Yeah.
That would
So
be a cool one. It sure would.
yeah,
I mean, I have
um,
the Rancor with Luke and the
yeah,
Twi'lek.
yeah. So do I. So yeah, no. So yeah, Return of the Jedi. I don't know. I mean, what else could they do for 40th anniversary? Like big celebration exclusive worthy Funko
I mean,
Pops. I think.
they could do um they could do, I would think, something maybe in the sense of just a because I think Yoda's a popular character, and they
Yeah,
seem to have done him for different ones, and they've done Chrome. But if they did something really nice, like a cool Jedi spirit treatment of him, they did something a little bit different with that. Besides the diamond glitter, besides that,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it would be kind of neat. I think that would be kind of neat. Um,
yeah,
why not? That would be real. I think would be cool. I'd love to see Vader on the pyre,
yeah.
kind of like they had the Boba Fett gets his bounty. Do like a bigger piece like that, and have Vader with the acrylic fire, like, and even
With
make it light up. I don't know. Have some
with with
music to it.
with Luke standing on the side.
Why not make a movie
Yeah,
moment?
make it
That
a
would be
movie
cool.
moment. Yeah,
That would be way cool. I mean, they could do something really epic. I mean, I think they're thinking bigger now. I mean, when they did that movie poster, they could
yeah,
crap. They could do the movie poster.
yeah, yeah. They could
They
make
could
it a
skip
celebration
Empire, get
exclusive.
that later, and do this one. You
Yeah,
know, and I think Tony from Star Wars Sith, when he showed it, that was like a 6-inch version of the Luke
yeah,
Skywalker, not a like a
yeah. I
4
think
inch,
so.
like 2 inches larger.
So
So
yeah. So another one
I don't
I
know.
know you and I have talked about it, but I think we've talked about it on the podcast here. But I know you and I have talked about it just chatting outside of the podcast here. Um, from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, the Vader with the cracked mask, is that something that they're holding until Celebration?
I don't know. I couldn't wait, and I had to make my own. So,
I know,
um,
and I gotta say it looks fantastic.
thanks, man. Thanks. I have him up in my little
But like you gotta
diorama up
figure
there.
like from the Kenobi series, all the Funkos that we got, like there was nothing that really I don't know, nothing that was really super exciting from that wave of Kenobi Funko Pops. Like the Ben Kenobi on the EOP was pretty
That was
cool,
cool.
and
Yeah,
yeah, and Riva, the Walmart exclusive Riva with the lightsabers with the blades
with the
actually
double
out.
blades. Yep.
Yeah, that one was cool, but like the rest were kind of like just not really anything
Yeah, like I
special.
have the hooded and unhooded Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
And I photographed him, but you know what? Even in the when I was trying to do my story with my images with the pops,
right.
I was a little disappointed because it wasn't true to the scene because he didn't have the robe on at that time. That's
Yeah,
just me. Trying to get as cool as and close as I can to depict those scenes sometimes. But
yeah,
I still liked it, and the hood's nice, but I don't know. I'm really disappointed that we haven't gotten the Vader, with the open
yeah,
mask and revealing his face. And if they do, at this point, Chris, I think waiting so long, I'd like to see it lights and sound.
yeah,
Absolutely, let's give us that back and forth. That'd be really cool.
yeah. So that's kind of part of the reason I think it's going to show up at Celebration as a Celebration exclusive. Like, because why wouldn't they have it earlier? I think they're keeping it for Celebration.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my prediction there. Um,
well, please send me one because I want one. If
right?
anyone's out there, grab me one because I had to make my own. But that was
Yeah,
awesome. That was
Tony,
it. Making my
watching,
own was a fun experience.
yeah, Tony, if you're watching this, if they have that Vader with the cracked mask as a Celebration exclusive, Patrick and I will
Let's
both
go,
take one,
Tony.
please.
Yes, please, please.
Yes, please. Yep. Um, yeah, so you got to think that that's got to be coming because that's such a big pop.
I
Um,
hope so. Like, come on.
yeah.
Like, how
So
unless we should poll the audience. If anyone watching this, I'd love to see in the comments. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think that
yeah,
this is a big missed opportunity not having a Vader with the mask cut open, a battle damaged Darth Vader Funko Pop by this
uh,
point?
it's
Like, I
definitely a
think
missed
that
opportunity.
we need to have that for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, absolutely. Um,
I mean,
so
in my opinion, there's no way we would be getting these Book of Boba Fett so much, maybe, so much later, than because we already had the first wave and they were getting these
yeah,
so much
which
later
was
and
two
we still
Funko
didn't get a
Pops.
Vader, right? I
Yeah,
feel like there's been other ones that have come out and yet we haven't gotten that. So you might have something there. Maybe that is something they're
yeah,
holding out for Celebration.
I think
I'd
so.
love to see that.
I think at the very least, like we get a Vader unmasked or with the cracked mask. Yeah. Um, but other ones that they could do, I don't know. Like, could they give us another Andor series Funko Pop? Because that just finished up.
They Right? They
When did
could
that
do
finish up?
Luthen.
November. Yeah. When did
Yeah.
that series finish up? November, I think.
November, December. Yeah.
December,
I think it was
maybe.
right before
Yeah.
December. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
So
I know some people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I did
I
enjoy it.
really enjoyed it. Yeah, but that's the same thing. We got what did we got? We got three Funko Pops,
Three, three. You
all
got
exclusives.
Val,
Yeah,
Andor, and B2 Emo.
and they were all exclusives to like some sort of Comic Con. We
Yeah,
haven't gotten any
I'm
commons. Yeah,
no
we haven't gotten any
surprisingly
commons.
right.
Yeah, so are they going to surprise us at Celebration with a different character,
Now, see,
possibly?
I'll say no on that. I'm gonna say a hard no on that. I think at this point they missed the boat. They should have had something. I think if they're gonna do anything, they're gonna start promoting Ahsoka. I really think they're gonna
Yeah,
because it's gonna be out in what are they saying? When is that coming out? March? No,
some later
March
in
is
the year.
now.
It might be like
April, May. I don't
yeah,
know.
it might be after May, June, maybe. But
Oh, okay, because that's right. They'll probably announce it at Celebration.
oh yeah, probably. Yeah, you got to have an announcement. So
I would think
I
they're
don't
gonna
know.
try to promote that in some fashion. I don't
Yeah,
know.
see, I'm kind of on the fence. I would love to see an Ahsoka Funko Pop from the Ahsoka series, but we haven't even gotten a trailer, so I would imagine Funko
Yeah,
wouldn't want to make a Funko
true,
and chance
true,
any spoilers, right? So
true.
yeah,
Hmm.
so that's why I'm thinking like stuff that's already come out already. So like
Well, they missed out. I
Kenobi,
mean, they really need to
Andor,
get some.
yeah.
They need to get a bunch of Andor. There's a lot of missed opportunity in Andor because you
There's a
could
lot of
have
Andor, yeah,
Bix, Luthen. Um, what's this? What's the guy's name that likes the Imperial? I can't remember.
oh yeah,
Cyril,
Cyril, yep,
and then Cyril, and then you have the female ISB character. You got the head of the ISB right now.
yep,
There's so many. You have um, other just friends of Andor. Like Peglia,
yeah,
and he's got the two dogs, kind of like from the Solo. It just kind of ties that all in
yeah,
even better. You could do so many cool pops like that. So I don't know.
yeah,
I think Andor has been a very big missed opportunity.
yeah,
And once again,
yeah. I
hashtag
think
Bail
so too.
Organic, because yep, Bail's another one that's in there. And he's been in so many pieces of film, animation, TV
If
series, and
if
no
we don't get
Funko.
a yeah, if we don't get a Bail Organa Funko Pop by the end of the year, we riot.
We riot
We riot.
for
Uh,
sure.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think for my predictions for Star Wars Celebration, I think we'll get the Han Solo shrugging, just because that was on that list of possible Funko
I
Pops, and
Chris,
everything
that'd
else
be
on
an
that
awesome
list came
if
out.
you got that scoop. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That would be
everything else on
awesome.
that list came out. So I think we get the Han Solo shrugging. I think we get the unmasked Leia as Bosch or Boosh. I think we get
I
Yak
think I'm gonna have
Face.
to get the what's that?
Yeah, I think we get
Oh,
Yak
I didn't hear
Face
what you
only
said.
be the Boosh unmasked,
Nice.
and
I'd
then
like to see that.
I think we get that because that was on that list of ones, but that didn't get revealed yet. I think we get the Yak Face because of the actor being there doing the free autographs. So I think we get a Yak Face Funko Pop.
That would be a
I
cool
think
opportunity. That's such a
yeah,
tie into pop culture and to Star
yeah,
Wars fandom for sure. That's a great call,
and
Chris.
then I think we get the Vader with the cracked mask as a Funko Pop. And
Definitely
then
want that.
as for Funko Sodas, I think we get a Rancor in the 3 liter. I'm convinced now.
Those are good calls. Those are really good
Um,
calls. Like I
what
wouldn't have
what do
thought
you
about
think?
the. See, I totally forgot about the Wampa 3 liter. I'm thinking cans when I think sodas. So the 3 liter
Yeah,
throws me off. But that and what you couldn't do a better character to say Return of the Jedi than the Rancor. That's a.
right.
I'm gonna
So
think you got me convinced. That's a great one.
right,
That's a great one.
yeah. The guys
Yeah,
at
100%.
MDK Collects they convinced me. So I'm on
Yeah,
that train there too. Yeah,
I'm
I think we're
sold.
getting it. Yeah. So
I'm
what are your
sold.
predictions and what are your final predictions for Star Wars Celebration Funko products, pops, and soda?
All right, so I think what we might get like a Luke, some kind of version of Luke for sure in a pop. Um in the sodas, I don't think they've done a Return to Jedi Luke yet, have they?
No, not yet.
I think they could do I'd like to see that. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um and then I think as for trying to think. I just lost my thought on the other one I had in my head. Oh, definitely the Han Solo one. Yes, that
The Han
I
Solo.
want
Yeah.
that. That's one I definitely want. Because I want to definitely. I'm gonna have to buy that bunker now. Just to if they make
Yeah.
that, I'm buying that bunker. Sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's been kind of something I wanted to get, but if they do that, it's an absolute. I think those would make some good ones. In the sodas, I think a Jedi Spirit, Yoda could be one.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they would do a variant on that, because I know they're kind of big into doing the variants. But if he's already kind of a glow in the dark, I don't know how you do that. And they already have the Jedi spirits. of Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Yoda as a Funko Pop as a 3-pack. So
Yeah,
the only other thing, like I had mentioned, I'd like to see like either Vader on the funeral pyre, the flames, that'd be really cool. And if you had Luke on the side, kind of look on it like as a movie moment, absolutely. I'd love that. Love that.
yeah,
Um, but I the one reason I thought it'd be a Luke, because I thought you could, like I said earlier, I think they'd have one compliment where Vader is lying down with the mask off.
yeah,
So you'd have one to compliment that, or where you have him kind of standing up, where he's kind of like tossing lightsaber. He's like, "No, I'm a Jedi like my father." That would be kind of
yeah,
cool. I think something
yeah,
like that would be kind of neat, because we're already getting that Return of the Jedi Luke hologram, um, Entertainment Earth exclusive. So
yes,
I don't know. I think that would be kind of different to do something like that. Those are
yeah,
my thoughts on the celebration.
yeah. Any other predictions, such as for like other shows that you think we might get
Other
popped for?
shows, if they could do Andor, yeah, if they could do Andor, again, I'd love to see a Bix character, the female,
Marva?
ISB. Yeah, I'd love to have that as a, because I really love how they did the Taladurith for Obi-Wan. The detail on that was so well done. All the little ribbing in the hat, like love that pop. It's one of my favorite picks I took
Yeah,
over this past year. Um, and I really like to see more of what you would call it. Why am I drawing a blank? I just drew a blank again. Who am I thinking? I hate this. Who am I thinking of? I'm blanked. I blanked. I'm trying to think. Oh,
what the?
the guy with the dogs. Uh,
Yeah,
Peglia. I think
something
he would
like
be
that.
really
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he would be kind of a cool character to have, and Luthen
yeah,
for sure. And I'm
yeah,
surprised that don't just jump in my head when couldn't think of Peglia, but Luthen, they have to
yeah,
have him. Have to, have to, have to.
yeah,
Um, but I just thought the guy with the dogs in the junkyard was kind of cool, because I was dismissing him as just like a one-off kind of character. Then you kind of
yeah,
see him again. He's a little more involved with helping Andor out, and he's more receptive. Well, one more moment he's like, "I don't ever want to see you again," and he's already been helping him for a while, so there's a history, and it seems like there's more history. He's happy to see that he's alive, and he survived that whole
yeah,
riot and everything. So I think we're going to see more of him. So that's why I like to see him as a pop too. So if they could do some Andor ones, that would be fantastic. But I
yeah.
guarantee they. I don't know. It's Celebration. Will they spend a lot of time breaking out a lot more when they've already released so many? And
No, I
or are they going
I
to
think
kind
at
of keep it
most,
very limited?
yeah. I think at at the very most, as far as other shows go, I think maybe you get one character from Andor, and that's probably it. One character from Andor, one character from the Kenobi series, and then, like I mentioned, maybe the three Return of the Jedi ones. So that'd be a total of five
Maybe they'll
Funko
just
Pops.
do. What if they did an unmasked Vader in Chrome?
You know what?
Ah,
It wouldn't surprise me at this point. They probably
I
have
don't
a
know. I
Chrome
just
one
want to see a
planned.
Chrome. But you know how they've done like a Boba, a Yoda, a Leia,
Yeah,
a Chewie,
yeah, they
all in
have.
Chrome, Vader, all in Chrome. I don't want to see that. I don't. That's what I
No,
don't want to see. I want to see
but you
something
know what?
cool.
That's the thing. I can see them doing it though.
See, I thought if they were going to do like a Diamond Glitter, do the Jedi Spirit, that was that Amazon exclusive, redo
Yeah,
those, do a
why
different
not?
base.
Yeah,
I thought they would do that possibly, but I
that
don't
wouldn't be a
know.
bad
I
idea.
don't know.
Yeah, no, I. You know what? I
And
I
will
can
they
see them
have,
doing a Chrome
something I
one.
didn't think of for Celebration, something I didn't think of until just now, because we missed one. When they did the last one, they had the R2D2 that you got with that Loungefly X-Wing bag. That was, I think that was a Diamond Glitter as
And that was
well,
Diamond Glitter too.
exclusive.
Yeah, yeah,
All right. So could they also think about that? Like, would they release a Loungefly that would be paired with a pop? I
yeah.
don't know. They
Yeah,
could.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to
They
say.
could do. They could do. You
They,
know. They could do
they have done the
C-3PO.
Chrome
Like
one,
do a
so
little Ewok. They could do a little Ewok hut and everything, and they could have a little
yeah.
spot to pop a, diamond glitter C-3PO in it. Like, and he
So
fits
you're
right where the
so you're
chair is and
thinking
everything.
so you're thinking they're gonna do a Chrome version of a Funko Pop we already have. Yes, is that what your thoughts are,
I
or
do
one at
think
least
they
one that's
could.
already
I
announced? I
I
wonder.
do.
I wonder if they would do like a Chrome Luke or a Chrome Wicket.
They could. That could be easy to do. Do a
I,
green chrome.
Wicket or a green
They
Chrome
could.
Luke. Yeah,
They
because you
could.
got those two.
And
You
I
got those
think
two.
I think green when I think Return of the Jedi just because of the saber.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
you got those new sculpts, the new Return of the Jedi ones coming out. So they could just be
They
like,
could do the movie
hey,
poster.
boom. They could be like, boom, here's a couple of Chrome ones. You're getting the commons, but here's a couple of Chrome ones in that same sculpt.
They could. They could.
Yeah,
They've done it
it,
so many times. So
man.
and I guess that's I don't collect them. So again, I look
Yeah,
to
I
our
don't
listeners
either.
and fans like
So
do you guys collect them? Do you enjoy them? Are they something that you seek out more than
yeah,
Christopher and I do? Because
I
I
don't.
I really don't.
One thing I hope they don't
I
do this
don't.
year is the chrome plated bases. They did that last year, and man, those are fingerprint magnets. Like if I knew they were coming out with the if I knew they were re-releasing them later with the black bases, I would have just held off. But at the
Would you
time, we didn't
really?
know. Yeah,
Yeah. You know what? I love the packaging. I really love the packaging of those
see,
in the black
I don't keep the
with
I
this
don't keep the boxes
foil.
anyways. So
That's one that I for sure would want to keep the package. I really liked how that came out. That came out really well.
yeah,
I really like that. I'd like
yeah,
to see them do a retro packaging to make them look like. And I saw someone I don't know where a while ago, like on Pinterest, had something where they did like their own boxes that kind of look like the old vintage Kenner. They look so awesome, so awesome,
yeah,
and they were like original blue box collectors. They did an awesome
right,
job with it.
yeah. Um, so I think that about does it for our predictions here for Star Wars Celebration pops and sodas if we get a soda. So um, let us know in the comments what your predictions are, which Funko Pops and which soda, if any, you think we're gonna get at Star Wars Celebration this year. Um, Patrick, where can people find you when you're not on the Star Wars Popcast?
When I'm not here hanging out with you, Christopher, talking about all things Funko, I'm on my own channel, Toy Photographer, and basically I photograph Star Wars Funko Pops and do a little behind the scenes, show how I break it down, do a little Photoshop, and every once in a while we do a little what's in the box, and that's our what we call our unboxing. So that's what we do on Toy Photographer, my friend.
Nice. And when I'm not on the Star Wars Popcast, you can find me on my other channel, Seriously Star Wars, doing Star Wars reviews of Funko Pops, Black Series figures, anything Star Wars really. So definitely check out our other channels. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube or listening to wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And we will catch you in the next episode.